Hey, so welcome back, guys. Um, so in this video, I'm not really gonna be focusing on hunting. I just really want to talk about something that I want to to share with you guys ever since I started this channel, which is my transition into this game, into Way of the Hunter. So yeah, I am going to share to you guys, based on my experience, how I finally decided to play this game, what makes me decided to stay in the game, because I played some other hunting game before, but this is the hunting game that I got really hooked on. So yeah, I'm going to share with you guys my experience and how I transition into the game and what makes me want to transition. So yeah, I see you guys out there. So um, I really don't know how to start this this sharing session, but yeah, I think I'm gonna start with why I decided to transition into this game. Well, like I said, I played a lot of, I mean, not a lot of, some of the other hunting games that is available. Like, for me, there are only like two, um, which is the flagship of hunting games. This one, Way of the Hunter, and the other one was Call of the Wild. Okay, so I used to play Call of the Wild back then before this game even came out. So really, I am originally I'm a Call of the Wild player, and but over time, the game Call of the Wild suddenly feels like it's getting more arcadey for me, because back then there wasn't much of a choice of hunting games. I mean, the good ones. I mean, don't get me wrong, Call of the Wild, it's a very good game. It's a very good hunting game, but it's also very arcadey for me. And as a as a player, as a gamer who actually hunts and fish in real life, I'm looking for realism, like something that actually happens in real life that can be brought, or brought into a game, that can be translated into a game. And then after that, a few years after I played the game, the Call of the Wild, I've been playing it for, yeah, for a very long time. And I started to play it like on and off, on and off. Unlike when I first started playing it, I I would spend like 8-10 hours a day playing the game. You know, I couldn't even wait. You know, um, arriving home from work to play the game. That was when the game first started to come out. First came out, Call of the Wild. But I got bored with it because um, there's something about that game that kind of like, you know what, it feels, I don't have that same satisfaction anymore as how I start, as to how I started playing the game in the first place. I don't get that satisfaction anymore. So I stopped playing it, like 1 or 2 years before before Way of the Hunter came out. And I was doing nothing. I play some other games, like fishing games, racing games, car racing games, online games, you know all those kind of stuff to to fill in my days in my free time. But then suddenly this game, Way of the Hunter, was announced, and I saw the trailer and I saw the advertisement, if you will. I saw the ads, and I was so hyped for it. Like it actually brought back my desire to play the game. Before I continue, actually, let me just take this guy out first. Am I even using the right ammo? Let me check. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I'm using the right ammo. So, as I was saying, what? How is he not dead? Okay. So, as I was saying, I was so hyped with the new game coming out, which is Way of the Hunter, and because I saw the trailers, and it makes me feel like finally something feels so real, like a hunting game that actually emphasizes on realism. And when the game came out, I immediately bought it, and once I bought it, I started playing it, of course. And I was kind of, I want to be honest here, and I want to be transparent here. I was kind of disappointed at first because the game wasn't fully optimized for my PC back then. I was only using the GTX 1080. That GTX 1080 back then was like the flagship of graphic cards, and I was also running an i5 11th generation, and that was a pretty decent rig, right, for a gaming PC. But the weird thing is, whenever I played the game, and I remember it was this map, actually, Nespers Valley, my FPS drops like horribly. Like whenever I went into a forest area, right, like this one, my FPS just dropped below like 40. It's but when I walk around on open areas like this, it just stays at 60. So I was kind of like pretty disappointed, and there were a lot of other bugs, that were happening during the early release of the game. So I left the game, guys. Yeah, I left this game before I seriously did. Well, not for not for a very long time though. I didn't uninstall it. No, I didn't refund it. No, I just left it. I was actually giving the game a chance to, like, improve, or let the developers fix the problems in the game. So I was actually giving the game a chance because I believe in the game. Because the reason for that is, um, even though I was having this kind of problems, bugs and whatnot, I have the belief of that this game will, one day become the staple of hunting games. This game, you know, the realism of the game just second to none for me. Unless you're playing in a easy mode or easy difficulties. Easy difficulties? What? Lower difficulties, right? So unless if you're playing in lower difficulties, then things will become very easy and it doesn't feel real. But once you play the game at the normal difficulty, up to ranger mode, then you're gonna feel the realism that I was talking about. So I let the game sit for a while, let the developer fix and improve the game, and yeah, it was worth the wait. I I came back to the game after, like, I don't remember after how long, but I remember after this major fix and improvement update. I don't remember the actual name of it, but that's what I'm gonna call it. Like, there was actually a major fix for the game. Sorry, I got distracted. I cannot find my bird. Did I destroy it? I mean, I was pretty close, right? Shooting. Did I? Is that him? You know what? Okay, sorry. So as I was saying, I let the game sit for a while and I let the developers fix the problem of the game, and finally when I came back to the game, it feels a lot more optimized. So I stayed, and yeah, okay, this was the bird. Okay, so all right, so yeah, I came back to the game, I played, and I feel very satisfied with it, with the performance. I'm only talking about the performance first, okay? I'm not talking about the play, the mechanics of the game. Now, when talking about the mechanics of the game or the gameplay, the feel of it, when I finally really give my time and effort into the game, trying to understand the mechanics and all of that kind of stuff, it was very overwhelming for me at first, because the HUD was different, the animal rating was different, the weapons was different, there's an actual bullet drop, okay, and then yeah, the even the binoculars, this thing that I'm holding right now, feels like real, because I'm sorry I have to say this, in Call of the Wild, when you're spotting an animal, like so, there's no animals right here, so I want to give you guys an example. I'm not trying to throw anything under the bus. I'm just trying to share you guys the difference between Call of the Wild and Way of the Hunter, and see which one fits you guys, which playstyle fits you guys. This is just my personal preference and the preference that I'm comfortable with. Okay, so yes, what I'm saying is that the binoculars in the game, I was so used to spotting an animal and tagging it. By tagging it, what I mean is that tagging the animal is like, for example, right? We have, okay, so I'm looking at this animal right now, right? My binocular crosshair is, you know, at this herd of mule deer. So let's say I want to hunt, you know, I want to hunt and shoot this particular individual. I can actually tag him, and the outline of the animal will appear, you know, in colors, like, you know, whatever colors that you set it up to be. Like if you want to be, if you want it to be yellow, it will be yellow. It would, if you want it to be red, it will be red. There's an actual outline of the animal. You tag it. That's okay if it's only when you're in your, you know, when you're looking through your binoculars and you tag the animal. That's okay. But the problem is when you got out of your binoculars, you can still see the tag, the red line outline of the animal. Now when the animal, you know, when or go start moving into the bush, for example, this individual start to move here, you can still spot the movement of the animal. It's like a wall hack, guys. So that kind of thing doesn't really happens in real life, but I was so used to it in Call of the Wild when I transitioned into Way of the Hunter, and I was, you know, the first time I was using the binoculars of this game, I was kind of like dumbfounded. You know, I was, you know, a bit of, you know, culture shock. I was like, wait, there's no tagging system? What? Okay, this feels so real right now, right? So that was the thing that I was, you know, taken surprise by. So, and it's also one of the things that I love. You know, it makes me feel like it's more real. Like you experience it in a realistic way, even though it's just a game. I mean, the developers of this game had, you know, they figure things out quite well, that I can see their effort, that they really want to make something so something as real as possible. Like whatever happens in real life, they really want to try to translate that into the game. And I am very, even though I never knew any of them, I never met them, I am very proud of their effort. Let me just say that. So, and some other reason why I decided to stay and completely transition into this game is that because there's an actual bullet drop. You know, there was a bullet drop system in the old game that I played before, which is the Call of the Wild. There was a bullet drop system, but it's not like, I won't say that it's a bullet drop system. I would call it more like only zeroing system, right? So, for example, no, wrong gun. Okay, for example, okay, right. So you guys can see that my there my drop, my the bullet drop where my bullet would hit when I fire a shot, the red dot thingy. So that is the bullet drop system of the game. Now in Call of the Wild, you do have this, but it's not that you know, it's not that how do you call it? it's not really integrated into the game. They have it. They have the zeroing system, as you guys can see on the left side of the scope. They have the zeroing system, but you can still shot a 200 meters animal, 200-meter distance animal with just the center of the dot, and you would still hit the animal. But in this game, no, you actually have to match the distance of the animal, like so. And one thing that also surprised me is that the wind also plays a part. So if you guys can see on the bottom right hand side, the wind is blowing to the southwest, I believe. Yep, wind is blowing into the southwest, and whenever I aim at an animal, for example like this one right in front of me, the bullet actually drops to the southwest a bit, as how the wind is blowing. So that is also one of the realism that I really appreciate. Like I said, the developers really figure things out in this game. So I believe in the coming years, this game would have a lot of other improvement to come, and that's also one of the reasons why I decided to stay, because I believe in this game. Okay, like I said, if you're a real life hunter, if you're a real life angler, and outdoorsman, okay, you would appreciate something like this realism. But if you're just a gamer and you want just want to play a hunting game, and you never actually hunt or fish in your life, maybe your choice is the arcade side of the hunting game. I'm not saying that it is wrong, but I'm saying that you know what you want, okay, you know what you like. Which one is comfortable for you and which one is comfortable for me, I don't have anything to say about that. That's up to you. I don't care. But this, because I'm a real life outdoorsman, this is for me. This game, something like this, the realism in this game, it's for me. I can see that something that happens in this game actually happens in real life. Now, for example, the herd managing system, there are herd managing system in this game, and I'm not going to dive into that, because I'm saving that for the next video, but I will talk about it in the next video. And there's also the herd managing system, or some of us call it population management, in terms of the animals' health and population. So yeah, those kind of things actually happens in real life. And seasonal, by seasonal I meant that the aging of the animal, you can actually see or refer to the encyclopedia. I mean, let me tell you guys, for those who are just recently start playing this game, the encyclopedia in this game is your actual weapon for the game. You have all the information that you need inside here for the animals that you want to hunt. So for example, let me just take, American Badger. You guys, there's an actual aging system in the game, like this one. So a young animal would be in the range of 1 to 3 years. An adult animal would be in the range of 4 to 7 years. A mature animal would be in the range of 8 to 10 years. This is for American badger. This is for badger only. Different animals have different aging system or aging range or age range or whatever you guys want to call it. So like this black bear, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have never found more than one mature black bear in the game, because if you guys notice here, the mature animal, look at the range in between early mature stage and the late mature stage. That is quite a gap. So that actually plays a role in your hunt, because you're not gonna want to just shoot a 1-star mature black bear because just because it's you know a 1-star doesn't mean that it won't become a 5-star. You don't know, because it took them a while, for a very long time, to turn into a late mature stage. Or I'm not going to elaborate more on that. I'm saving it for the next video. So yeah, those are kinds of things that I appreciate. The encyclopedia, it's a very good place for you guys to have information of the animals that you guys want to hunt. And also there's also this recommended hit energy for the animals. Now this is very detailed, because you're not gonna want to use something that is not within this range of hit energy to shoot the animal, right? But this is kind of important, especially when you just start playing this game. You have to pay attention to this. But why? Because you need to farm, or farm for money in the game, so that you can buy better equipment and by having a lot of consistent ammo supply. So yeah, you're gonna have to pay attention to that. But like I said, I'm going to talk about it in the next video, in my my personal guide, my personal method of playing the game. So anyway, I think that's about it. Why I decided to transition into this game. Number one is because the realism. Number two, because of the system, the aging mechanics. And number three, because of the game itself. For me, this is like, I don't have words for it. It's perfect. Okay, this is a perfect game for me. I mean, a perfect hunting game for me. So now I would like to say that I'm not trying to bring you guys out of your comfort zone. I'm not trying to lead you guys into playing this game. None of that. I'm not trying to bring you guys out of the Call of the Hunter. If you're playing that at the moment, I'm not trying to take you out from it. I'm just sharing my experience and my transition, why I decided to stay in this game. Because something actually happens to me when I played Call of the Hunter back then. There is this one new map, the DLC map. I bought it. I start playing in the map, but I cannot fast travel into any of the point of interest, hunting lodge, hunting cabins, or whatever you guys want to call it. I cannot fast travel into some of the point of interest in the game, in that particular map. I don't remember the name of the map, but I remember what map it is. So I did a complaint. I sent a report to the developers telling them that's my issues, and I get no replies. I was waiting for new updates for them to fix that. Still same thing still happening for me. Every time I fast travel to any of the point of interest in the map, my game crash. And I even asked some of my friends who were playing the games with me, because we used to play multiplayer in the game. So I even asked them, like, are you guys having the same problem as me? Like, whenever you try to fast travel into this certain point of interest, you guys gonna get, like, your game's gonna crash? And they say yes, that's exactly what happened to them. We all experience the same thing. So it wasn't just me, it was the game. And I even saw some of the comments that were they were like disappointed with the game. The older the game gets, the more ridiculous it becomes. You used to log into the game quite easily, but then after more and more updates being integrated into the game, you get crashes. You get logged out of the game lobby. And the most frustrating thing is that when you were hunting and you were stalking an animal, especially a very good decent animal, like for example, in this game we have the rating system: 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and so on, right? In this game, in that game, there is this gold, bronze, silver, legendary, and grade 1. Those are the rating system in the game. So can you imagine, while you're hunting, while you're stalking a legendary animal, which is a very high rank animal, when you're stalking a legendary animal, and the moment that you pull the trigger, the moment the sound of the gun went off, like boom, okay, your game crash. Okay, so you have to reload the game, hoping that you hit the animal the next time you reload the game, but actually you're gonna restart back to where you started before you crash. So that was one of the most frustrating thing that's ever happened. I never had that, but some of my friends, they do, and they completely quit the game. Like, for me, during that time, I don't have any other choices. I don't have any other, like, I love hunting game. Like, I love it very much, okay? So I don't have any other choices. I have to stay in the game because there wasn't any much, good choices of hunting games around. Not until this came out. And I actually quit the game like 2 years before this game actually came out, which is I believe, if I recall, this game came out in 2022. Yeah, I quit the Call of the Wild in I believe in the year 2020 during COVID. I did try a few times to come back to the game, but I lost the feeling. So if there's something like that that happens, and it just makes you say, or wanna, makes you go like, come on, man, I love this game, but this game is not loving me back. So whatever, I'm just gonna leave it. So yes, that's what happened. That's why I transitioned into this game. This game, even though it's pretty new, and don't get me wrong, there's already a bunch of maps in this game, okay? And this game is, for me, it's still young. It's like the junior of the hunting games that are that are out there. Okay, but the maps keeps on coming every now and then, and there's already like what, 6 maps in the game, 6 7 maps in the game, and the game is only like what, 3 years old, 2 years old. I mean, you can see that the developers are actually working, you know, for the players. So yeah, so I guess that's it. Those are the reason why I decided to transition and stay in this game. So for your final treat, I'm gonna check out this 1-star mature if I can see him. Okay, I don't remember which ammo that I should use. Hold on, man. This one? No. Wait, what? I don't have any slugs. Well, okay then. So I guess that's it. I see you guys in the next one, you know. And yeah, I see you guys in the next video. I might probably gonna continue on sharing with you guys my, you know, personal guide or method in playing this game. You know, I'm trying to help the newcomers, the beginners of the game, you know, the ones, you know, players who are just recently transitioned into the game. I would really like to guide and help them, so I'm going to make a video about that. I'm gonna call it a beginner's guide to the game. You know, I'm not going to talk about something that's advanced, you know, because I'm not trying to brag, but I understand this game quite quickly now. I mean, quite quickly, and I learn about it. I learn about the mechanics of the game very fast. So I guess I'm able to help those newcomers, the beginners, and yeah. So I think I'm going to make this a series, like a guide series. Like, it's gonna be different than my other videos where I just simply just go out and hunt, you know, and, you know, looking for 5-star, you know, doing herd management, doing the cleaning up or culling the herd, or yeah, all those kind of stuff. This is gonna be a different part or different series from the game. So there's the guide series and there's the hunting series. So I think I'm gonna make it a thing, since my channel is quite new. So you know, you know, you have to start somewhere, right? So yeah, right. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me, you know, have the spirit, or have the you know, the positivity, the spirit. Okay, it would really help me want to make more content for you guys. Okay, so yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye.